We haven't seen you since the world tour of Canelo versus Crawford. I was out in Riyadh. We had the American press conference too. What do you make of the build-up so far? There's some pushing and shoving going on. The weight difference is a big factor as well.
I pay no attention to the pushing and shoving. I pay no attention to the weight factor. What I pay attention to is the skill level that both guys show in and out of the ring. And
today I get some rounds with the GOAT. One of the GOATs. You know what I mean? 2 GOATs. Iron sharpening iron.
Terrence Crawford has added Roy Jones Jr. to his coaching team as head trainer in preparation for his upcoming bout with Canelo Alvarez. Crawford specifically chose Roy Jones because of his vast experience moving up through multiple weight divisions. Jones is famously known for his success in doing exactly that.
Even when I train right now, they come to my gym and I make them spend time, repetitious time like I did on technique. They don't like it. They just want to beat bags, beat hand mitts, spar. Well, how can you do all this if you don't know the real technique that it takes to do it? So that's what's happening. We're missing all that because soon you come to the gym, first thing you want to do is hit something. In our day, it wasn't like that. You knew what kind of fighter you were. You knew how to jab. You knew how to throw a right hand. You knew how to throw every punch. You knew how to counter every punch. You knew how to defend every punch. You knew boxing from here.
Despite Roy Jones Jr.'s involvement, Crawford will still be working with his longtime boxing team, including Brian McIntyre and Benny Dow. This is the biggest fight of Crawford's career, which is why he's doubling down on his training and preparation efforts.
Probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terrence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10, because he definitely has the skill of a top 5, just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get. And that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class.
Crawford admitted that he never had the opportunity to face generational legends like Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, or Oscar De La Hoya opponents Canelo Alvarez was able to fight. To him, facing Canelo is like taking on all of them in spirit. With Roy Jones Jr. in his corner, Crawford is ready to defy the odds by moving up to weight classes and aiming to become the first male boxer to be undisputed champion in 3 divisions. Like Crawford, Jones has navigated multiple weight classes successfully. Is that clear?
Our weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for pound for pound, that maybe Inoue because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donaire. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost nobody.
Roy Jones Jr. has won world titles in the middleweight, super middleweight 168 pounds, light heavyweight, and even heavyweight divisions. Since Crawford is jumping 14 pounds from super welterweight to super middleweight, there's no better mentor than someone who has successfully navigated those weight changes.
Canelo, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Yeah, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he's gonna lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's gonna be a tough one. So right now, I think it go be either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that moved up in weight class. How do you think?
Regarding Canelo, Jones stated, Canelo may not be as hungry, but he loves to entertain. He always wants to deliver big fights, even if he doesn't always win. He keeps showing up and making an effort. Jones continued, this fight will ultimately come down to Crawford's chin. If you're as skilled as Crawford, weight doesn't matter much. The only thing that does is whether you can take the punch.
I don't care who you beat. The monster thing is going to always follow him.
Terrence is not taking a fight in between. He's like, I'm going to move up to 168. I'm going to take my time with that. Should we expect an upset, or are we going to see what most people are expecting in that fight if it does happen?
Well, we're not going to see what most people are expecting. That's for sure. I can guarantee you that, because most people are looking at the weights and saying, oh, they're too far apart. Canelo is too big. No, we're not going to.
Roy Jones Jr. expects Crawford to prepare for Canelo by sparring with super middleweights and even light heavyweights. Jones emphasized that Crawford needs to build the confidence to take Canelo's punches before officially joining Crawford's camp. Jones told Mill City Boxing that while he admires Crawford's skills, he still views Canelo as the favorite going in.
If he shows up and does the exact right thing, he can win the fight. If he don't do the right thing, which I don't see him doing, I don't know why he would at this point in his career. I don't know. It'll all be predicated upon how well Terrence can take his punch.
Yeah. You said you don't think, or you don't look into the weight difference. Why?
When you know how to box, when you're as skillful as Terrence Crawford is, weight don't really matter much. Only thing that matters with the weight is can you take the punch? And I'm sure you've been sparring with super middles and light heavies, so I'm sure you probably can take.
I like Terrence, but because of his size, I'm leaning toward Canelo early, Jones said. But if Terrence gets comfortable, he'll be a problem. If he can handle the size, he'll win. Jones cited Canelo's punching power as a key factor. We won't know until we see Crawford take one of those punches. If you can't hurt Canelo, you can't change his game plan, and that's a big problem.
Tie and go on the sunset.
Bud definitely should retire if he wins. Canelo, no, you have unfinished business, bro. You can try to hide, you can try to run, but that monster thing, it ain't going nowhere. I'm sorry. Even if you retire, the rest of your career, the monster thing is not going anywhere because the monster was searching for you. He beat everything y'all sent at him in the process of trying to get to you. I don't care who you beat, the monster thing is going to always follow him.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there was a time where he was.
It wasn't always this way for Roy Jones Jr., the Hall of Famer, now a respected promoter, trainer, and commentator, had previously predicted that Terrence Crawford and David Benavidez could both beat Canelo, but over time, his outlook has shifted.
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. You give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What do he got to prove to Boot? Boot trying to take over and start beating the guys around him. Prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who?
Speaking about Benavidez, Jones said, it's a tough fight to call because he throws a high volume of punches. Power can shift the momentum. In an interview with BoxingScene.com, he explained, the question is whether Canelo is willing to take that risk. I don't think he sees a reason to if he can't hurt Benavidez in the first 3 or 4 rounds. Benavidez, a 2-time 168 LB title holder, has been chasing a fight with Alvarez for over 2 years.
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. You give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What do he got to prove to Boot? Boot trying to take over and start beating the guys around him. Prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who?
Crawford absolutely has power and explosiveness. Once regarded as the best welterweight in the world, he's now moving up to divisions to challenge Canelo. Alvarez, meanwhile, downplays the impact a win over Crawford would have on his legacy even. Though many fans believe Crawford can win, if anyone can pull it off, it's Crawford, Jones said. I used to be the kind of guy who, if someone said they were better than me, I'd say, if I can get close to your weight, here I come.
Now, I want to see Crawford come up for weight classes and show he can be dominant at 54. You understand me?
That fight was done, Crawford and
Crawford won a pound better fight to fight. I mean, it'll be tough. But right now, that's going to be a tough fight for both fighters. We got to see how Crawford carries the weight.
What about Jamal? Based on what you saw from Canelo, how does he match up?
Jamal matches up a little different because Jamal a little bit bigger. So,
I agree, Jones said. Canelo fights taller opponents all the time and wins. It's about skill. But if Crawford fights smart and uses his physical gifts properly, he has a real shot. Jones advises Crawford to enter the ring at the very top of the super middleweight limit. And that's it for now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest in boxing news, upgrades, and fight breakdowns. Turn on notifications so you don't miss high-quality content like this.
Performance were you impressed by?
About the power he showed. He fought the proper fight for the proper opponent. When you fight a guy coming up 2 weight classes, you're supposed to bully him. He fought Floyd Mayweather that way back in the day when we saw a much better fight. But he didn't. But he's learned now, and that shows you that he's improved and he understands boxing more now because he bullied the smaller guy, which is what you're supposed to do. What you say?
What about Crawford, boy?
Crawford still, I think he's a little big for Crawford. I'm not sure about that because Crawford does have punching power and shock, but
Bud, Canelo, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he gonna lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's gonna be tough. So right now, I think it go be either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that moved up in weight class.
Fighters that you fought, they ain't on my level. And
I fought everybody.
The last fight that you fought since
Everybody.
2002.
Mention me one. You
Since
mention me
2002.
one elite fighter. Just one.
You.
Oh, me.
Look.
It's gonna be me.
I don't
And
care
you
about